Well, hello, and welcome to Cozy Couch Corner for the weekend tarot. There's no tea, I've drunk it. I'm a bit all out of order today, but I wanted to get this in while it was daylight, and thankfully the sun came out. So I tried to style my hair, and that's when I discovered there are short bits and long bits in chunks. So at some point, when I want to faff with it, I'm going to have to try and sort it out, and probably not mind me just grabbing the long chunks and hacking them off. But yeah, but I'm making the best of it at the moment. At least I can laugh about it, and I have been laughing about it, which means I'm in a much better mental space than I have been at other times. So that's good. And I'm always cheered up when I see the sun. And I've seen people today, which is nice. The guy that's coming to do the guttering and the fascia boards and clear the garden came with a work colleague. Excuse me. They were hoping to do the job today, but it's sunny now, but the weather this morning was horrendous, and it's been off and on raining all day. When they came, it was blowing a gale, and it was absolutely hammering it down with rain, and it was dark. It got dark, and like the other guy hasn't seen the place, and they had to come and decide what they would do with it and everything. And I thought, you can, it's horrendous to come out in that. But anyway, and now it's stopped raining and the sun's come out, which is glorious. But they need a dry day, because I think they've got to put resin or something. They've got to put something into the wood where the wood's gone a bit rotten in places, and so it sets hard, and then they're sticking plastic over the top of it. But it needs time to cure, and they can't do that if it's raining, and you probably can't do that if all the wood's wet either. So I don't know when they're going to do that. And I mean, I doubt they could do any outside jobs today the way it's been, and it's been so randomly on and off. So hopefully they'll come back and do it. No news of getting my boiler fixed, but I'm persevering with one warm room with my little electric heater that I was lent, and my wood burner when it's dark. Yeah. Oh, I had compressed logs. They're like compressed sawdust, but they sort of in discs, and then they squash the discs together. And I've used them before, but I don't remember them expanding in the fireplace. And was taken a bit by surprise, because I loaded it up quite well, and then they were all expanding they started off like little rolls, and then they were expanding, they were lengthening, they were expanding, they were going up in the air and falling over. I had one on the glass. I had to open that and go and poke it with a poker to get it back. So I shall have to be a bit more careful how I load it next time, because it was doing weird things. I need it to be safe in there, so I don't really want burning bits on the glass. That's not good. So, but I don't. It's weird, because I've used them for years and I don't remember them doing that. But maybe I probably only put one log on, and this time it was weird, because normally they come more squashed together like logs, and these were more all broken up. So there's a lot of discs, and a few discs stuck together, and I just wasn't thinking about it. I was just shoving them in the fire, wasn't I? So I should have to put less on at a time. And the flames, I had to turn the vent off, but it was windy, so it was still getting plenty of oxygen. It was still flaming all up to the top and round. So yes, I shall do better today with that. I've seen the sheep and the cows. I didn't see them in the rain. I don't know where they were hiding, but they did come out when it got a bit better. And the crows and the starlings. The starlings were a bit further over on the wires. But yeah, and the cats. I don't think I've seen anything else. But it's gorgeous now. Sunshine, blue sky, little clouds. Could have done with this all day. I'd have been a lot perkier. Anyway, I should do the tarot reading. A new month, November. new beginnings. And I'm hoping the energy is going to be a lot different. But we'll see. Okay, what message do you have for us for Saturday, the 1st of November 2025, please? I've had some ovary ones, but I haven't had anything clear yet. And I keep seeing a picture of somebody coming up to my face, and I don't know if they're laughing or screaming. I think they're laughing in my face. We'll see how that fits in a minute. And it's not horrible. It's not like really. It's more like a kid would do. More like a little kid would do. Come and laugh in your face. You know, like silly. Right. First one. It's all right. I've just looked at the second one, which is why I'm laughing. First one, what's that? Ace of Wands. Because I held it up before I properly looked at it, which is what I normally do. Consummate professional. So Ace of Wands, which is fantastic. New beginnings, passion. And the one behind it, excuse me, was, I can't even remember what it is. It's Janus. Two ones. Two of Wands are the one and the two of Wands, right? Janus, and funny because we're starting a new month, is looking, that card, Two of Wands, is looking at the past, the lessons we've learned, looking at the future goals, and at the same time it's moving forward. So we're looking at the past, we're looking at the future. We know the future is going to be brighter, and it's moving forward. I'm still wondering why I had this picture of sort of childlike laughter in my face. Other than that's probably the sort of joy we need to cultivate, isn't it? Just that sort of silly childishness. It's actually good for us. Right. Okay, I'm getting moon. Why am I getting the moon? Moon? The moon? I'm getting the moon here. But I'm like, moon? Illusion? It's not illusion. Subconscious. Then dipping into our subconscious. Rewriting the past. For some of us, rewriting trauma. Because you can change your memories. Dan, we can rewrite our memories, we can rescript them. If it's going to be helpful. Yeah, we got some stuff to let go of moving forward. Letting go of, rewriting. I mean, some things are really painful, aren't they? And it takes a long time to get to a point of healed that we can let go of something. So I'm not saying you should let go of things and the letting go, because the letting go too soon can be damaging. But there are things that we can let go of now. There will be things that we've got to a point of that there are things from the past that no longer serve us. There's stuff, there's yuck. We just want to drop. We don't want to hang on to it. Yeah, lighten the load. Lightening the load. Because we want to fly. We don't want to be burdened. We don't want to be dragged down by things. And there's a lot of stuff in the subconscious because we were all programmed as children, and we were programmed in a way that other people wanted us to behave. So that's society, governments, schools, families, social groups, whatever it was. And you grow up and you don't realise you've been programmed until you know you've been programmed. And then it's finding those programs and rewriting them and realising, well, that doesn't serve me. And there's also trauma responses I've just been reminded of. For some of us, there are trauma responses that served us well as a child, and we didn't consciously create them, but they're behaviours that we had as a child to keep us safe that don't necessarily work for us as an adult, or at least not to have necessarily to have the healthy, fulfilling life that we want. The lack of, I can't think of the word now, conflict, or I mean, people pleasing is one, isn't it? Just off the top of my head as an example, a lot of us were brought up people pleasing was a safety response for a lot of us. And otherwise, and it's so taught everywhere, isn't it? I mean, Christianity, I suppose it depends what type you're in, but families, yeah, especially as women, but it's not always women, just, putting other people first and doing everything, but as a safety, but for a lot of us as a safety response, and trying to make other people happy because that's just the programming. And nowhere did anybody tell us we were supposed to make ourselves happy. For a lot of us, that we come first and we need to look after ourselves. And a lot of people will look after somebody else to their own detriment, and they will neglect themselves. And a lot of us were taught to neglect ourselves, emotionally, physically. However, we need to reclaim putting ourselves first. And I don't mean that in a horrendously selfish way, but it's putting ourselves first so that we're not neglecting ourselves and we're not putting everything into other people and nothing into ourselves. We need to fill our cup. We need to nurture ourselves. We need to love ourselves. We need to care for ourselves physically and mentally. And so much we've had around us takes us away from that. Yeah, because we want to bloom. We want to bloom. We want to get ourselves in the best position to bloom. Nothing more from that. Nothing more from that. So I do Sundays then. Right. They're telling me I don't need to do that. We're already there, are we? Okay, what message do you have for us for Sunday, the 2nd of November, 2025, please? I got a hair. There's a random hair got me. Tickly. Or maybe it was a hair. Maybe it was spirit. Who knows? Way as we go, it's probably more likely to be a hair. Okay, what are we doing? I was not paying attention. Okay. This one first. This one first. What about this one? Having this one at all? No. Okay. The High Priestess. We are the High Priestess. Irrespective of gender. Getting the moon again. Well, this is definitely, it's a crescent moon. Got waking up. Waking up to our own brilliance. A lot of us don't know how brilliant we are, do we? Really? We don't see it. And there have been a lot of people through a lot of our lives that have tried to minimise us and quiet us and make us small so that they can feel big and powerful. And then we don't know how awesome we are. So how are we going to wake up to our own brilliance then? Getting asked to see your own brilliance. It was really hard to get an answer for that, to be fair. And at the moment, what's actually the night sky and the crescent moon looks like a figure hovering over the High Priestess. So it's ask to see your own brilliance. I'm reminded we are made of stardust. We are in fact made of the same stuff as the stars. How brilliant and how dynamic is that? The same elements. I think somebody said only iron. I think you can only get iron from stars. I don't know. Originally, who knows? Yeah. For any of you that are struggling, you are not alone. You do have support, even if you can't see it. You have unseen support. Some of us need to stop hiding. Some of us are hiding ourselves and our skills and feeling small, feeling unconfident. I can see someone just all sort of. We need to breathe, we need to expand. Why the tapping foot? I've got a tapping foot now. What's the tapping foot about? some people, I'm not sure it's a lot of people, would have had some control issue in their life with a tapping foot. There would have been somebody. What did the tapping foot mean? Some kind of discipline, some kind of threat. There's definitely a tapping foot. Tapping foot and dance. Dance it out. I've got knowledge is power again. I've got reading the book. Whatever book that is, learning, studying. Some of us don't know how much knowledge or skills we've got until it comes back to us when we're doing something else, when we're reading something or we're trying something out, and we'll go, oh, do you know what? I didn't even know I knew all that. Didn't know I could do that. I'm sure we've got a lot of hidden skills between us. Yeah, call on help. Call on spiritual help if you need it. And keep going. There we are then.